Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. In this video, we're going to be talking about Thai visas, specifically 90-day reporting for those who are in non-immigrant status and extended non-immigrant status in the kingdom. What are we talking about here? We're talking about folks who are in B status, O status, ED status, retirement visa status, etc. There are other types of categories that are non-immigrant in nature, such as media, IB category, etc. Any of these non-immigrant categories, probably with the exception of those who are in the country on official status or diplomatic status, which is categorized generally in Thailand as F1. F1s, this doesn't really apply. But everybody else that's in non-im status, non-immigrant status, this video is probably going to apply to you. What are we talking about? Well, pursuant to Thai immigration regulations, those who are non-immigrants in the kingdom, defined in the categories that I explained a moment ago, those folks who remain longer than, well, as long as or longer than 90 days in the kingdom, need to report their address and physical presence and actually have to do this with immigration authorities in Thailand. The 90-day reporting requirement is somewhat cumbersome. I know many who feel it's something of an annoyance. I think it was kind of an arbitrarily set amount of time. The thinking, I think, was that folks who are in that status probably were here temporarily, but for a prolonged enough period of time that immigration wanted those folks checking in, at least periodically. Since the time that these regulations came into force, various aspects of the immigration apparatus have somewhat changed. Most notably, it became, in my opinion, relatively more difficult to become a permanent resident, which thereby didn't require 90-day reporting anymore. For those interested in permanent residents, there are other videos on this channel that speak directly to Thai permanent residents. But that being said, as it sits now, the system we have to deal with is every 90 days one needs to report their address. And this is important to note. There's an exception. If one leaves the country and then returns, so long as that individual has a reentry permit, and there's a specific video on this channel with respect to Thai reentry permits, so long as that person has a reentry permit, the individual in question, it restarts the clock with respect to 90-day reporting. So what are we talking about? An individual is in Thailand on a one-year B visa. The individual's lawful presence in Thailand has come to 85 days. They're looking at maybe, oh, I have to go ahead and do my 90-day reporting. If they stay in Thailand, then when their day count hits 90, they need to go ahead and do something to go ahead and get their reporting done. But if on, for example, day 89, they fly out of the country to go ahead and deal with business in Singapore and fly back in 2 days later, the 90-day reporting requirement clock starts again from that reentry. And I think the thinking behind this policy is Thai immigration wants the individual alien to check in with immigration, some form of immigration, every 90 days. That form of immigration can be a checkpoint upon leaving and re-entering, but they basically want that individual to see a Thai immigration officer once every 90 days, be it down at Chiang Wat here in Bangkok or at the various provincial immigration administrative offices. They want to see those folks either in person or they want them to go ahead, or not go ahead, but they are okay with those individuals going ahead and leaving and coming back in. This also comports with the scheme that underlies the 90-day I shouldn't say 90-day, the multi-entry visa scheme. So the one-year multi-entry visa, the individual on a one-year multi-entry visa has to do a border run every 90 days in order to maintain their status. Again, the thinking, I think, seems to be, or the policy behind all of these regulations seems to be, for an individual living in Thailand needs to check in with some immigration officer somewhere every 90 days. That can be a border crossing immigration agent, or that can be going down and checking in with a local immigration office if one is in the kingdom on an extension. But that being said, that basically I hope this sort of distills down and refines everything associated with 90-day reporting. I get questions a lot regarding 90-day reporting, as folks tend to not really understand that, yes, if you're on an extension, you have a reentry permit, you leave and come back, the clock restarts upon your reentry. From that date forward, you need to check in at the 90-day mark. But if you leave again between that date and the subsequent 90-day date, then the clock restarts again, and it can keep restarting. Again, the policy reason behind this seems to be Thai immigration wants foreign individuals to be checking in with immigration once every 90 days. Whoever they check in with as far as immigration goes, that seems to be largely left up to the individual, but they do want to see check in with immigration authorities within 90-day periods.